those of you might remember years back, I did a commentary on Spike Lee saying that it seemed like around December and January, February, around that time, the media goes in on Spike Lee for something. Well, last night Spike Lee won his first Oscar. Like you talking about an honorary Oscar they gave him 2 years ago. I'm talking about his actual first Oscar was for screenplay for Black Klansman, and he was visibly excited, and I was happy that he won because the man deserved it. Whether you like him or not, agree with his politics or not, the man been screwed over for 30 something years when it come down to his movies and scripts. But the thing is that his movie was in best Oscar. I knew Black Panther wasn't going to get it. It just that I think that they did that as symbolic. It's symbolic because symbolic. Excuse me. Say that 5 times fast. Because of the amount of money and the cultural impact it had with this recent movie going audience. And I think it was also a big middle finger to the critics that was criticizing Black Panther and all these other black superhero projects that we see on TV, movie, even the comics. But I'll talk about that another time. Now, when they said the Green Book and Mahershala Ali, I like Mahershala Ali. I think he's a good actor. Viggo Mortensen is also a good actor. But when I first saw the commercial to the Green Book, I had this Drive Miss Daisy vibe. I'm not gonna lie to you. I felt that way. And when they said that Spike Lee Black Klansman was going against this movie and some others for Best Picture, I said, wouldn't it be the odds of this be a Driving Miss Daisy situation? And it turned out to be a Driving Miss Daisy situation. Now, those of you who are not young enough to understand that reference, back in, was it 89, 88, 89, Morgan Freeman and the late Jessica Tandy started this movie about this black chauffeur that developed a friendship with this white Jewish woman in the South. Dan Aykroyd was also in the movie, played Jessica's son. And they, over the years, they grew to, she didn't trust him. She didn't want a driver, but everybody knew that her husband had died. You needed somebody to get her around because she didn't know how to drive. Or at least she couldn't drive well, because it's been a while since I've seen the movie. And Morgan Freeman was the driver. And they had grew old together. And matter of fact, the late Esther Rolle was in the movie as well, if I remember correctly. She was the maid for Miss Daisy. But anyway, Morgan Freeman and Jessica Tandy developed a friendship over the years. And it was a good movie, but Spike Lee Do the Right Thing was talking about stuff that was going on currently in America. And Do the Right Thing, I think, was pretty balanced. You know, he didn't just do it from one point of view of the black community. He didn't do it as if the black community didn't have any part to play in certain things. It was an honest movie, and everybody was talking about it. I mean, I think this is the one with Kim Basinger. I think Kim Basinger was at the said so. I think that's when her career ain't never been the same. Was never the same since. I think she said something about it. She made a big thing about it. And the Oscar went to Drive Miss Daisy. And a lot of people shocked. I know the black community was like, really? A movie about a black man chauffeuring an old white woman. And at that time, prior to that, you saw movies before and after that had this sort of like what's the word I'm looking for? Best way I could just alternate universe, roles not taken kind of thing, where if racism was over here with whites and blacks, over there would be blacks and whites. Or if you open the door instead of open a window, you open a window. That kind of thing, where they try to rewrite history, where they make like white folk saw the error of their ways eventually during that time, and that's not real. And I know a lot of black folk will talk about the slave movies. The slave movies didn't really bother me. It's the ones where they talk about they had the maid, and at the end of the movie, the white man and white woman, the black man, white man, they all realized the error of their ways, and they went on, blah, blah, blah. That wasn't what it is. It still ain't like that. So the fast forward, nearly 30 years and have Spike up for the best picture. And you have another movie, The Green Book, where you have a reverse. Instead of a white woman, you have a white man, but the white man's the driver. Instead of the black man being the driver, you have the black man as a passenger. Now, it's based upon the well-known Green Book. Well, I should say well-known, because a lot of our people don't even know that book exists. I didn't know it exists. That type of book exists maybe about 15, 16 years ago, and I didn't really know the history of it all the way through. And what it is, they've taken some liberties with the characters, from what I've heard. And this is nothing new. That movie with Taraji P. Henson, when she's playing work for NASA, they took great liberties that movie. The scene where Taraji go to the bathroom. Well, yeah, the lady had to go to the bathroom. The white guy never, Kevin Costner, never went out there and did what he did with the sign and everything. He never did that. And see, this is what a lot of black folks have issue with. This redo of history, trying to paint them in a more positive light. So last night, when they said the Green Book won, they said Spike was visibly upset. He got up and wanted to walk out, and the usher stopped him. But also, co-executive producer of the film, Jordan Peele, he didn't clap. And see, I'm gonna tell you something. For a long time, I thought Jordan Peele and Keegan K was handkerchief heads, cause some of the things they were saying in interviews. But lately, Jordan Peele been talking about black issues. Now there's some people theorize, but he's trying to prove to black folk he's still down. You know, the stuff that he's talking about in Hollywood can be the kiss of death for him. And last night, Spike Lee being visibly upset, and Spike Lee's always upset. And that's his personality, you know. But they made sure, I'm going to leave the article, they made sure to mention that Jordan Peele didn't clap either. And I don't blame Spike or Jordan or any of Spike friends or fans, because 30 years ago he got robbed. And then when he did Malcolm X, he got robbed again. A Sin of a Woman. I like Al Pacino. I'll take a flamethrower to this place. That's everybody remember that commercial. But when you look at Malcolm X, I don't know how, I think I've seen Malcolm X probably over 30 times. That movie, and I never get tired of it. Even though I know how it ends, even though we know there were certain liberties taken in other movies, there's always that happens, I still tear up. That movie inspired a group of brothers and sisters in my age group, meaning Gen Xers, and even inspired non-blacks to go out there and research. Now, I remember comic legend or current legend Jim Lee running around with a Malcolm X hat on. Now, people used to make jokes that they didn't know what it was about. No, they knew what it was about. Everybody was rocking Malcolm X. White guys was rocking, white women. They talk about Malcolm X and this and that. And that scared a group of people. And that's when the attacks on Spike Lee started. And that's why since then, he's been called anti-Semitic. They call him bitter. And now they're going to try to make him, they're going to say he's petty. I would have done the same thing. You've been directing all these movies, commercials and TV shows, documentaries, and you always find a way to screw them over. But to do it almost 30 years ago with a similar movie, just reversing gender, man, come on. Like I said, when I first heard they was not, I said, you gotta be kidding me. They're gonna use, you gotta be kidding me. And I guess Spike, when he said do the right thing last night, you won, everybody knew what he said. Everybody got it. Everybody of age knew exactly what he meant. But to lose to another movie like that again, I'm like, people can't be that cruel, but then again, they are. Now, that doesn't mean that The Green Book wasn't a good movie. I haven't seen it yet. And every time, and just because a movie win an award don't mean that they got it right. But the thing is that this rebranding of history, this whitewashing, so to speak, of history, this pretend that, it was only a handful of people in the South and they was racist. You never really see a movie about the North being racist. If they do, they show Italians saying the word nigger. I've yet to see a movie about the North that really show racism. If you gave me a $10 million budget, I show you one. You know, I have a movie in my head, but I ain't gonna give too much away. But anyways, watching entertainment shows try to make Spike Lee out to be the boogeyman. If the story got legs, I hope it don't. But by them even writing it, hey, that means people's watching. And by them mentioning on the news this morning, that means people were talking. But I don't blame Spike for being angry because here it is. You put his movie in the best screenplay and best picture, director, whatnot, and you didn't get the nod he's supposed to. He lose out to another movie where a black person is in the car with a white person. This ain't nothing but Drive Miss Daisy in reverse. That's just my opinion. You can disagree with me, but let's keep it cordial.